There is a scene that plays out in homes all over the world, multiple times a day with a consistency so reliable you could set a clock by it. You sit down to eat. Within moments, sometimes before you've even picked up your fork, your cat appears. Not at their bowl, not at the door asking to go out, at your table, or your sofa armrest, or your kitchen counter edge, positioned at roughly your eye level if they can manage it, or looking up at you from the floor if they cannot. And they watch. Not frantically, not with the trembling, desperate, full-body lean toward the food energy that you see from a dog in the same situation. Calmly, with a particular quality of attention that is focused and steady and somehow both completely interested and completely composed at the same time. They watch you eat, and they do not beg. They do not vocalize. They do not paw at your arm or rest their chin on your knee and look up with enormous eyes. They simply observe. Most owners find this charming. Some find it slightly unnerving. Almost everyone assumes they understand what is happening. My cat wants my food. My cat is hoping for a bite. My cat is just being a cat. Here is what is actually happening, and it is more interesting, more revealing, and more layered than you have probably assumed. The watching is real, but the reason for it is not primarily about your food. It is about you. It is about a set of deeply social behaviors that are rooted in how cats understand their relationship with the people they live with, how they process shared space during high-value activities, and what the act of watching a meal communicates in the social language your cat uses every single day. By the end of this video, mealtime in your home will look different. Not because anything will have changed, but because you will understand what has been happening there all along.
Before we get to the specific reasons your cat watches you eat, we have to establish something foundational about how cats relate to food as a social event, because this is where most people's understanding begins to diverge from reality. The widely held assumption is that cats are fundamentally indifferent to the eating of others. Solitary hunters, solo feeders, animals with no particular social relationship to the meals of other beings. And in one sense, this is accurate. Wild cats hunt alone, eat alone, and historically have not needed to monitor the food consumption of their group members the way social scavengers like dogs have had to. But domestic cats, cats living in close proximity with human families, adapting over thousands of years to a social environment very different from their solitary wild origins, have developed a relationship with human mealtimes that is not primarily about the food at all. What your cat is doing when they watch you eat is something behavioral scientists call social monitoring during resource consumption. It is the continuous, low-key observation of a bonded companion during a high-value activity, an activity that, in the social logic of many species, carries significant information about group dynamics, resource distribution, and social safety. Cats who live in multi-cat households show this behavior with each other. When one cat eats, a socially bonded companion will often sit nearby, not eating, not competing, not asking for a share, simply present and observant. The watching is not competition. It is not strategic. It is social. It is the feline expression of, I am aware of what you are doing an important thing, I am here while you do it. This is the baseline of what your cat is communicating when they position themselves to observe your meal. Not hunger in the way you experience hunger. Not desire for your specific food, which in most cases your cat would find considerably less appetizing than their own food anyway. Social awareness. The instinctive behavior of a bonded companion being present during a meaningful moment in the shared daily routine.
Here is the layer that explains the consistency, the reason your cat appears at precisely the moment you sit down, reliably, every time, regardless of whether they are hungry or recently fed. Cats are extraordinary pattern mappers. Their nervous systems are built to catalog the recurring structures of their environment, the sequences of events that happen in the same order at similar times, producing predictable outcomes. Every regular event in your household has been mapped, understood, and filed by your cat with a precision that most owners never fully appreciate. Your mealtime is one of the most richly patterned events in your cat's world. It happens at roughly the same time each day. It is preceded by the same sequence of signals: the opening of the refrigerator, the sounds of preparation, the specific acoustic signature of your kitchen in use at a particular hour. Your cat knows these signals the way they know the sound of your car arriving home, or the particular creak of the drawer where the treat bag lives. They know the sequence. They know what comes next, and they position themselves accordingly, not because they are hoping for food, but because this is what they do at this point in the daily pattern. They are present for the ritual. Research from the University of Lincoln on feline behavioral routines has found that domestic cats show strong anticipatory behaviors, positioning, orienting, and locomotion toward specific locations that precede predictable daily events by significant margins. The cat at the table before you have sat down is not responding to the smell of your food. They are responding to the sequence of events that precede your sitting. They have run the pattern, recognized where it is heading, and already taken their position. This is a form of intelligence that is easy to miss because it is so quiet. But a cat who consistently appears at your mealtimes, positions themselves appropriately, and then simply observes, this cat has built an accurate model of your day. They understand your routine in a way that is detailed, reliable, and genuinely sophisticated. And being there for your mealtime is simply part of how they inhabit the shared space you live in together.
Oh,